touched the hearts of everyone, everywhere. London, Britain, in fact, the whole world comes together today to mourn what so many feel is a death in the family. It's the largest security operation ever mounted in Britain. Anyone within sight of this abbey must wear a vest issued by Scotland Yard. Within 2,000 VIPs, including the Queen, no chances can be taken here, of course. It's certainly the biggest funeral at the Abbey in its 1,000-year history. While London is shut down today, police expect 6 million people, to stand silent along the royal route of Diana's cortege. In 1981, when the princess was married, she wore an ivory silk wedding gown. She was carried in the Queen's fabulous glass coach. Today, Diana's coffin will be draped in the royal standard and she'll be borne on a simple horse-drawn gun carriage, without trumpets or fanfare. Just the tolling of one bell every minute here at Westminster Abbey, accompanied by just a small, select contingent of Welsh Guards for the Princess of Wales. Now, our exclusive coverage today will follow Diana's sad journey every step of the way, from her private home at Kensington Palace, which she leaves in just a few moments, to her final resting place in Northamptonshire at her family's home. It is really an extraordinary scene here. Westminster Abbey has witnessed the great moments of Britain's history, modern history, weddings and funerals, war and peace, joy and grief. But nothing more poignant than this day. As Buckingham Palace tells us, there is no precedent for this occasion today, so they're actually flying blind. More emotion, less ceremony is the way that today's funeral is being described by the Abbey. From traditional hymns and readings to Elton John's Candle in the Wind. And it's hard to imagine more emotion than that is going to bring for us all. The streets of London, especially here, all around here, were paved with sleeping bags last night and the night before, along with that veritable ocean of flowers and cellophane that you see everywhere. Police have removed most of the flowers from around here where we are for security reasons. Obviously, security is paramount. Still, the mood is dignified and special. Mark Burrows is at Buckingham Palace, from where the Queen will leave for the Abbey in just over an hour. Mark?
Thanks, Ray. Well, I guess what strikes you the most here outside Buckingham Palace is very simply just how quiet it is. Despite the sea of faces, almost a respectful silence fills the air here. There's brilliant sunshine, not a cloud in the sky. On the parkland, just away from the crowds, there's classical music playing, would you believe, just adding to that serene mood. As you move amongst the people, many people who have come from all parts of Britain, Europe, America, and yes, indeed, Australia, to pay their respects, you soon find out that people are not too sure how they will react to the sight of the funeral procession, what they will do, how they will feel when they see Diana's coffin. But what does hit you is the fact that Diana, Prince of Wales, was not just a person, not just a princess, I should say, to these people, but above all, she was a person who affected these people in so many different private ways. Talking to the people too, I've found that because so many people here are expressing their grief so publicly, many people have found that quite refreshing, a very un-British thing to do. As I say, crowds still filling the area here. The route somewhere between 10 to 20 deep. People still coming in here. Police still expecting a crowd, perhaps the biggest since VE Day 1945. Ray?
Yes, babe. The cortege from Kensington Palace to here in Westminster Abbey will take 1 hour and 47 minutes, we are told, over a distance of just about 2 miles. About halfway, the procession of mourners will join the coffin, just over 500 people, representing about 100 or so charities that the Princess of Wales supported in her very active life. Whether the young Princes William and Harry will also walk behind their mother's coffin is still not known. Buckingham Palace says that today is going to be such a public ordeal for the boys that there's simply no way of knowing in advance whether they're strong enough to handle the emotions of this very sad moment. They are, after all, only 13 and 15. Jennifer Keyte is in London's famous Hyde Park along the route of the cortege.
Thanks, Ray. Well, the feeling here at the Queen Mother's Gate at Hyde Park is extraordinary. A sea of people right in the centre of one of the world's biggest cities, and yet there's an eerie silence, a sense of loss and disbelief. The crush of human emotion is quite breathtaking. It gives you goosebumps. A lot of people feel the need to cry, others want to talk about what they're going through. So many mixed emotions on this special day. Lorraine, how are you feeling today?
Very sad.
Where have you come from?
From North Wales, Carnarvon in North Wales.
And how long have you been here?
Since about 8 o'clock last night.
Why did you feel the need to come?
Well, for Diana and, well, just for history really, and to support Prince William, Prince Harry.
And Sarah, how long have you been here?
Well, I've been here since about 7:30 last night. We actually got here about 5 minutes before they drove Her Royal Highness Princess Diana's coffin round, and the two boys, the two princes and their father were actually behind, and it just brought it home really, because they seemed so real and so vulnerable.
And what are your thoughts today?
She's in heaven, isn't she, with Mother Teresa? Yep.
Thank you, girls. It is a day none of us here will ever forget. Back to you, Ray.
Now, the mood here today is quite different to what it's been for the last few days. I suspect that the Queen's walkabout yesterday with Prince Philip and also the boys out talking to the very people that we were talking with then, I think has diffused what was going here to be a fairly volatile and a fairly troublesome, almost angry mood amongst people who'd heard nothing from Buckingham Palace. That's changed today. As we walked down through here, we found that there were the candles, of course, that were flickering there, and there was tent city around here for people who'd stayed overnight and stayed for 2 nights through rain yesterday. But generally they had their portable radios and they had their portable television sets, and they were watching and waiting and dignified and respectful, but not quite as gloomy as we'd found them a few days ago. So I think that whatever the plans were from Buckingham Palace, that has worked here. As well as that, we must remember that we're just part of a massive television operation of this event today, and it is an event. It's a solemn and sad one, but it is an event. Over 2 billion people they expect around the world, far greater than anything else that's been seen. There will be no royals in the funeral service today. That's their choice. Diana's 2 sisters and her brother, the Earl Spencer, will participate, doing some of the readings, but the royal family have decided that they don't want to. And similarly, there'll be no photographs in there. Let me just quickly, a card that I had down that I saw quickly said to Diana, said, Queen of the Coloured Hearts, Queen of the Devastated, Queen of the Unloved Ones, Queen of the Unknown. It was signed, Love from the Unknown. Let's go now to the cortege.
Back to the princess's London home. The palace courtyard, through the gates. The palace staff waiting the princess to emerge. And we see the lead horses now